Good day, legends. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be continuing our Batman Arkham Knight playthrough. This video was supposed to be out earlier this week, but I wasn't able to get things done fast enough for me to be able to drop this video earlier. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and with all that being said, let's jump right back into where we stopped in the story. Having been confronted by the Arkham Knights, Batman decides to go into Ace Chemicals. When going into Ace Chemicals, we have to fight off like a bit of cronies with, like, there's this stealth section it has. It was a bit difficult for me initially because I died so much. Like, when I mean I died so much. But eventually I figured it out. The greats, the soldiers being able to look down the greats in this game is actually a huge improvement from the last game, as normally they were not able to like look down into the grate and see you, but in this game I think they can do it in this game, and it was really innovative because now you even have to avoid them seeing you through it and that kind of stuff. It was really very nice to discover. Also, returning from the last game, you have this mechanic where after you have picked off each of the cronies you have in a particular section, the last one is usually very timid and afraid, and it begins to becomes very paranoid, and it's very nice to see actually. After defeating the cronies, Batman accesses a terminal that he uses to get like data on the workers that were working at his chemicals. So now he needs to get to the highest point and uses the bat scanner to scan for the remaining workers alive in these chemicals. Also, back to what I was saying in the previous video, like if you can see the animation from him throwing the bat scanner to the transition to like a type of mini game section where you have to use the bat scanner to like look for the alive or dead workers in these chemicals. Also, during this section, we overhear a conversation between the Arkham Knight and Scarecrow. It is then revealed to us that Batman and the Arkham Knight probably had some history, and this information was given to us by Oracle. After finding the remaining workers at Ace Chemicals, we have to then go and save them. After finding the hostage at this point in the game, I think you get to be able to pick the one you can rescue first, but you don't really get to pick, as probably like if you pick any of the ones that you need Batmobile to get to them, you can't do those ones till you get the gate open, and to get the gate open there's an hostage there that you have to save, so you have to save that hostage. But I did not know at this point in the game, so I went for one of the ones at the farther end of the island. Then I got there and I saw that I couldn't even access the door without the Batmobile, so I had to now go back and rescue the one to open the gate and get the Batmobile through. Also, at this point in the game, you get introduced to the Batman Arkham Knight upgrade system. They call it Win Tech upgrades in this game. You basically just unlock a few of your moves can just be enhanced with this upgrade. It's not if you, at least from where I've gotten up to, I don't think you can unlock like special moves or any new movement tech or anything. It's just enhancing the moves you already have. After upgrading my batsuit and some of my fighting abilities, my combat abilities, then we now have to go back to, because like I said, you can't access this part of the Ace Chemicals yet without the Batmobile. So now we have to go back to the point where we have to open the gate and let the Batmobile in. After getting to the part of the Ace Chemicals where we have to open the gates, we find out that one of the technicians that worked there had already died. Then we open the gates and let the Batmobile in. It's more like a Batmobile combat section initially, then the level transitions to a Batmobile puzzle section. I like the way the game is designed, in where the levels are not just linear, or like it moves between puzzle sections and then combat sections, then back to the part you play as Batman and all. It's really nice game design. Also, for the Batmobile puzzle sections, we get introduced to the heavily armored variant of the unmanned tank we have been fighting, that we're fighting at the beginning of the game. So the heavily armored variant, I think it needs 2 of that 60mm cannon shot, while the unarmored one just needs 1 shot. Also, another thing I really like about this game that I'm just finding out is they really don't tell you how to, like, it's the open-endedness of the mission. I know I said there was really only one way to progress, but like the way I saw it or the way I played it, it left how will I say, like for this section now, Batman is walking, like we're supposed to head back to that place to drag down the door and save the second guy, but I decided to go on this screen and do the rest of the guys before I go back to that guy. And it was a possibility I could go on this screen, beat this guy, start the Batmobile puzzle section, and that is how open-ended the game was. I really did not have to go back to the initial one and deal with that before I come back to this one and deal with this one. I could just do it anyhow in any order I wanted after getting the Batmobile into the Ace Chemicals. Also, we get introduced to another enemy variant for Batman to like have to fight. These guys are really, I would like say, annoying in a way because they jump around and they use swords and you have to like always deflect, always parry their attacks and stuff like that. It's really annoying, guys. After positioning the ramp, then we use the Batmobile to jump off it. Then we actually get led into another Batmobile combat section. The same as before, you have the armored variant of the unarmed turret and you have the unarmored ones. I also get to use the missile barrage for the first time in any combat section. I think second, I'm not sure, but I used the missile barrage to take out most of them. Another thing I like about this game is the incorporation of the Batmobile into breaching. So rather than there's a move you have with your new Batsuit where you can glide out of the Batmobile and like bash into it. I will leave a clip of it playing in the background. And things like that really show that the Batmobile actually was a planned addition to this iteration of Batman. Also here we get introduced to another enemy variant, which is like a medic enemy variant, where if you're in the combat section or you're in the combat section of the game and you manage to down one of the enemies, this medic variant actually goes there and rescues the enemy that you just downed. And like it's a thing where you have to take the medic out first before attacking the others. It's really fun. After the combat section, you discover the second worker and also find him dead. That is 2 out of 5 workers that we have found and they are both dead. At this point in the game, we get another call from Oracle about Robin again. Initially we got the first call, then in this one we get asked by Oracle if Robin can help and we are like no, Robin doesn't need to help us, that kind of thing. Back to talking about the open-endedness of this game. In the previous games, if you had gotten to this kind of puzzle section, you will have been told exactly what to do, or Batman would have muttered that I need to find a way to do this one. I think in this game they might also have it, but personally the puzzles I've run into in this section, in this chemical section, they haven't been that kind of internal. They really allow the player to actually make the decisions and be like, you are the one making decisions to do this or do this or do this, and slowly you figure it out. And it's really nice that they give the player that agency to make those decisions. Like I said, I also like the incorporation of the Batmobile into, like, it's not just the Batmobile having its own sections or Batman puzzles having its own sections. There's an integration. So Batman and the Batmobile, they move through, like the Batmobile can come in handy sometimes, Batman comes in handy sometimes in this particular Ace Chemicals level at least. After completing that very short puzzle, we find our third scientist who is also dead. That makes 3 out of 5 of the scientists dead at Ace Chemicals. After finding that worker, we get to do another Batmobile. Not Batmobile, it's the same thing they do with the levels where the Batmobile and Batman plays the same, like they play interchanging roles in the level, so it's the same thing. But it's really fun that they can do that kind of thing. After using the Batmobile to drag up the elevator, then we need to use the Batmobile remote, like we need to remote control the Batmobile to drop it back down. Also, some of the conversations you can hear between the cronies is really fun in this game, and like here is one talking about how most of the cronies they hired have not even heard about the Gotham Knight guy and how mysterious he is and stuff like that. You can just hear them banter, like you can hear them banter, and there's a bit of world building for the Batman Arkham series. Then we are thrown into another combat sections, but this time I think we have all the enemies we have been introduced to at the same place. So we have both the healer and those guys that are the ninja guys. After fighting through the cronies, then you get to talk to one of the scientists that you just saved. So that is 1 out of 5 that you found alive in these chemicals. After talking to the scientists, we find out that Scarecrow's plan was bigger than we initially anticipated, as the bomb he was creating could actually take out more than just Gotham City.
Real bad. We're talking about a gas cloud that could cover the entire eastern seaboard.
Where do I find Scarecrow?
I got no idea. All I know is he's moving ahead with his plan and he's got a whole freaking army backing him up. We're screwed, Batman.
You meet up with the engineer at the elevator and you use your Batmobile remote control to drag the elevator back to the surface. And then you get ambushed by the Arkham Knight, but it is confirmed that it is not the one in the chopper. So the chopper is remote controlled and the other remote controlled turrets are also there, and it's like a boss fight. But like in this kind of game, to do boss fights, I know it will be a bit difficult. At the same time, they have done it for 3 games at this point, so it's a bit easy for them. Also in this boss fight, we get introduced to another variant of the unmanned torrent vehicle, and it's the ones that can shoot like 3 of those projectiles at once, so you have to also play a bit safe. Actually, I died a bit in this boss fight, but eventually I figured it out, and it was quite interesting, honestly. Like I usually do expect boss fights in this type of games. I feel is a more stealth or racing type of thing, but the boss fights were actually a very nice touch. Then after the boss fight, I proceeded to actually use the Batmobile to save the initial prisoner I wanted to save at the beginning of the section. On getting there, you use the Batmobile to pull down the wall and engage some little cronies you see there, and you proceed to the jail that the scientist is being held in, and you save him. Then you get ambushed by the Arkham Knight. On meeting the Arkham Knight, he seems to know a little more about you than most people, because you can hear him tell the guards to not shoot you at the center of mass, but rather aim for your shoulders and legs. And that detail, I believe, is to make you know that this guy knows a little more about you than most people.
Keep your guns trained on him. If he even looks like he's planning to leave that room, open fire. Oh, and avoid the bat symbol. It's a little trick. It's where his armor's the strongest. Aim for the weak spots, the shoulders first, then coordinate fire at the points where the plates meet.
After he goes on and on about everything he's trying to do to you, then you use the Batmobile remote control to attack the guys, and you take them out and you save the scientist. The scientist lets you know where Scarecrow is hiding in the Ace Chemicals. So you are trying to take the two scientists to Gotham to be transported to GCPD, and you are going back into the Ace Chemicals to go to the central mixing chamber where the scientist told you Scarecrow would be.
We're both already dead. You know about the bomb he's building, right?
Where is he?
I heard him saying he's in the central mixing chamber. You know what that means?
He's getting ready to release the toxin.
I've seen what that stuff does to people. If that gas gets out there, it will be chaos.
I won't let that happen. Wait by the Batmobile. I'll get you out of here. Jim, I've rescued the second worker. I'm coming to you.
What about Scarecrow?
He's in the central mixing chamber. As soon as the technicians are safe, I'm going after him.
Is it as bad as it sounds?
Worse, Jim. But I'll stop him. You have my word.
On getting back into his chemicals, like I said, the level is a bit intertwined too. Like that crane you used at the beginning to jump over the place to save one of the scientists, you use that same crane after breaking a wall to position it and be able, you use that same crane to enter another section of the level, and that kind of interconnectivity is what I like seeing in games. After making the jump, you are ambushed by two tanks at the doors, and Oracle actually tells you she has found out a weakness with the new variant of tank, but she can't, it's like she just tells you, so definitely there'll be maybe an upgrade or something that you'll be able to unlock for the Batmobile to be able to defeat those tanks in a shorter amount of time. Also, you need to get out of the Batmobile at this point, fight a bit of cronies, then get in back into the Batmobile and open the gate, something like that. That's what I'm saying, the levels are not designed around Batmobile alone or Batman alone. It's intertwined, so you can have Batmobile sections and Batman sections in the same level, and that is in this is chemicals, at least. After taking out the two soldiers guarding the first gate, we get a call from Director Gordon telling us immediately back to GCPD and all. Then we hack the terminal, and the Batmobile is able to get through the first gate. Then we make it to the second gate. At second gate, you can see one of the Arkham Knight soldiers giving a speech to his guys and all, and we can hear them. I will just leave a clip of it.
Right now, our client is preparing to engulf the city in a cloud of fear gas. Do not forget your training. Gas masks, useless. Respirators, useless. Only two things can keep you safe, men. Getting underground or as high as you can above it. Exposure to toxin causes severe psychosis, and in extreme cases, self-harm. You've all got your assigned rendezvous point, so be there, or God help you. And when you're there, sit tight. We've got drones on the streets, watchtowers scanning the skies. All we need to do is babysit this city, and let Arkham Knight and Scarecrow work out a few personal issues with the Bat. Come dawn, every man here gets to enjoy their very generous retirement plan. Got it?
Sir, we heard that a consignment of the fear chemical was moved off-site.
That is correct. Those resources have been assigned to Phase 3 of the operation. Any more questions? No? Good. Now I'm gonna run you through this again so we're all...
After fighting the cronies, then we open the second gate and let the Batmobile through. After making it through the second gate, then we are at the core, like we are the center where Scarecrow is actually mixing all the chemical, all the fear toxins and all. But we still have to play a bit of stealth section type of thing where you have to take out the guys carrying the toxic gases to the core. Then you have to also take out some turrets and one or two other things before you can actually get the chance to fight Scarecrow. I also died a bit in this section as I was getting caught on multiple occasions, and on these stealth sections you die in 2-3 shots. It's actually really hard. But if you can get through it, you get to confront Scarecrow, and you guys have a bit of a conversation, and Scarecrow now all luminous, fear does this, fear does that. He ends up I don't know if he's kidnapping or they left it a bit ominous, the camera just get disconnected, but we know Barbara, that is Director Gordon's daughter, she's not will I say okay, she's not really well, and he also ends up locking you inside the core. After he locks you in the core of the vulture, then since he has locked you there, you decide to make a neutralizing agent, and the neutralizing agent neutralize, I don't know, I can't really explain it, but you need to put it in the place that the bomb is supposed to be, and it will reduce the damage that Scarecrow is supposed to cause. But you can hear Alfred begging you, and he's all emotional and stuff like that, what will happen to Batman and stuff.
I'm monitoring that facility. You're out of time. I'm begging you, leave now.
It's what you taught me. Do the right thing. That's all that matters.
Master Bruce, I implore you, you must get out of there. If this is about Miss Gordon, you cannot blame yourself for what's happened. Save yourself before it's too late.
Goodbye, Alfred.
Then, this section of the game, in terms of narrative, it builds a lot on Alfred-Batman relationship. And then, you know what? I'll just let the clip play. Let it be a surprise to you as it was to me.
Miss me?
And after all that, we get a brief exposition about how Joker spread his blood just before dying, and I don't know how to really feel about this now, because I initially thought Joker wasn't actually going to be in. There wasn't going to be any Joker. It would be pure Scarecrow and then Arkham Knight. But now I'm seeing Joker, and it's but I thought this was a game about not Joker, because we have played Joker for 3 games now, I think, and now the game that Joker is not supposed to be in is literally there. In the Joker exposition, we get to find out that one of them is missing. So out of, I think it was 5, and one of them also didn't react to the blood, so he probably has a cure, or he has an immunity for it, so that can give them a cure to the Joker's blood.
Batman.
I'm glad you came, Jim. You need to see this.
What is this place? Who are these people?
Before it killed him, Joker sent his infected blood out to all the hospitals in the state.
I know, we tracked it all down.
We missed some.
How?
Hospital errors. Transfusions that went unrecorded. 5 people were affected. Untreated, the blood's gestated too long. It's altering them. They're becoming...
Joker. My God.
It's a form of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, but mutated beyond anything on medical record.
What about that one? He doesn't look like the others.
Henry Adams. He's been infected the longest, but he's symptomless. Immune to Joker's blood. I've got Robin running tests to find out why. One thing's for certain. Henry's the key to all this.
After that exposition, we are back to the core at these chemicals, and we can sort of see Joker, and we don't really know if he's real or not at this point in the game. At least we don't really know if he's real or not, but you can hear him talk to you, and so it's just being annoying in general. But you use the Batmobile to track down the window and enter the Batmobile to escape from these chemicals. After escaping these chemicals, you receive a call from Alfred, and he says he's happy for you escaping, and he asks of Scarecrow and then Arkham Knight. And also, it seems like Batman has also been exposed to the fear toxin, so that's why I said the Joker, we can't really be sure if the Joker was real or it was an imagination, because in the Alfred call, you can see him visualize Joker in place of Alfred, so like I said, we can't really know. And with that, I think this video has been long overdue. I'm sorry for the will I say relapse on my posting schedule? The week has really been busy, but I hope to do better next week. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy what you are seeing. And with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.